The challenge with the Abu Dhabi to Sanya leg will be, I think, obviously weather can be very different there because it's not the big storms of the Southern Ocean. Fishing boats, different cultures.
You've got to deal with the Malacca Straits, unpredictable weather, just navigational hazards like fishing nets and unlit boats, rubbish in the water, very strong currents.
It's a lot of one-tack sailing, reasonably upwind. You've just got to cross the miles off.
It's going to be one of the tougher legs of the race, I think.
The difference between not having Gore-Tex and having Gore-Tex is chalk and cheese. If you're out there wearing your Musto gear and you get a wave right over you, you shouldn't get any water getting through to your body apart from obviously the skin that's on the outside. It makes a huge difference.
First challenge is to get out of the Persian Gulf. Depending on the position of a front, that can be a quick and easy passage or it can be a slow and painful passage.
We've got to get down into the Indian Ocean and around the bottom of Sri Lanka, and that could be pretty light and pretty fiddly.
Fastest we've gone all leg, 17 knots, been upwind the whole way, so don't get a chance to go quick very often.
It's also very hot and humid as we sail across the Indian Ocean, and certainly in these boats with very cramped conditions and no air conditioning, that can be quite a test for the crews.
Once all that's out of the way and you reach the Straits of Malacca, it gets even more tricky because it's a place that's even more driven by sort of light winds and coastal effects, and there's islands and shallow bits and fishing boats and all sorts of stuff to dodge on the way down there. Feels like you're driving the wrong way on the motorway at times.
I don't know how many ships have passed us today, 500, 1,000.
There have been examples of guys that have run over fishing nets and you lose an hour, or you break something because you've run into something that you couldn't see, or it's just, you know, it's a game of chance.
And we end up checking all the foils and we picked up a pretty sizable fishing net.
Once you're beyond Singapore, it's nothing but misery.
The finish is terrible because it's nearly 1 week's upwind, usually, most of the time. And you have a lot of tide along Vietnam because you have currents against us, usually.
It's probably the one leg in the race where luck plays a bigger factor than any other leg, I think.
It's a long beat, but at the end of it, there's Sanya. And once you get there, yeah, you'll be very happy to finish that leg, I think.